Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm your host Tony Coleman, and today I'm going to do a unboxing video on some cheap controllers that I picked up off Amazon. I don't know if it's Dinosoo or how they want to pronounce it, but it's a 2-pack for controllers. Supposedly you can use it with your Nintendo Switch, PCs, mostly pretty much any game system, probably, because it's got Bluetooth and all that. But I'm going to try it out mostly for Android phones, but I might try it out on my PC as well. This is going to be a two-parter. So today is June 10th of 2025. The reason it's going to be a two-parter is I want to go ahead and open the box, show you what's inside, but then I also want to test one of the controllers to see how well it holds up with a couple things, and then give it a kind of an honest opinion on initial impression of it. Obviously, I can't get a long-term review on it on this video, or else you'd never see the video before they probably discontinue using them. But we'll see how it goes. Reviews you can never trust on Amazon. None of the good, none of the bad, because most of them are lies or fake anyway. So let's get in. So ordered it. It only took a couple of days. As you saw on the screen here, today's price, they're saying it's $35.99, and if you click on the coupon, you can apply a $10 coupon. The deal I did, the price was a little higher, but it was like, I think, a $7 coupon or something. Looks like $25.99 is probably their honest price anyway. So don't get too fooled in seeing that price and thinking, oh, it's a deal. So it's probably cheaply made, and you shouldn't really expect high quality off of anything that cheap, especially when you're getting a 2-pack for the cost of like half the price of an Xbox controller. So this is how it shipped. It is this box inside of another box. It didn't even have any padding or anything to keep this box from rolling around, but inside this box, I've already cut it open. You can see it is decent packaged. I mean, it's just bubble wrap around the controllers and some foam pieces inside. They do have the USB-C charging cables for each device. Let's see if I can get it out here one-handed. Alright, so inside the box there's 2 controllers, and then you have the USB dongles for the PC so that it can use the wireless. It's probably, I'm going to guess, 2.4 gigahertz, which I can scroll down and kind of look, but you can do that yourself too. I may do that on some testing, but yes, this does have RGB. It does have, they advertise like double shock and stuff like that. It does have the turbo, but let's be honest, it's cheap controllers, so it's probably the minimum that you would expect from a game controller regardless. So again, don't get stuck in the hype. Featured specs: wireless, Bluetooth, USB-C, obviously. Battery powered, I want to say it was 1,000 milliamp battery, but don't hold me to it just yet. I may confirm that later. But yeah, I'll give some more details after I've paused and then have reviewed it a little bit myself. But inside the bags here, this is what the controller looks like. Nothing fantastic. Color scheme just seems to be a uniform color for most devices these days, and nothing that stands out enough to where somebody may say, oh, it's not the right color, I'd be embarrassed to use it. So that's all it really is, and I'm going to assume that I will have to sync up the controller to a specific dongle. I may even test to see if I can get both controllers to work on the same PC at the same time without troubles. That is a problem I've had with multiple controllers in the past that weren't Xbox controllers. I've had various generic branded controllers that had their own dongles even the same brand having separate dongles, they would still interfere with each other and only one would properly work the way they were supposed to. So I may see if I can get both to work on the same PC at the same time and then get back with you on that within my testing as well. So stay tuned, let me get it charged up, and I'll get back with you on how well they perform. Okay, just a quick update. Last night, which was 6/10, today is 6/11/2025. Last night I did a little bit of testing. I tested the controllers with the Amazon Fire Stick 4K, which I'm not exactly sure what version mine is, but I know it's over 5 years old. It connected just fine to it. The only issues I had, I think, is more related to the Fire Stick. The Amazon Luna games aren't real fast across it. I don't know if it's the internet I'm using right now, which is at an apartment that I'm temporarily living in until my house is fixed, or if it's just the apps on the Fire Sticks just are too demanding for it. I don't know. I've not really ever played Luna games on Fire Stick before, so this was just mostly to test and see how it worked. The controls on a few of the games, the trigger buttons didn't seem to work on a couple games, but for the most part, the controller worked fine. Again, all the issues I had with the Fire Stick, I think, is more Fire Stick and Luna related. So the controller is very light, which gives me concerns. I have a feeling that even though it's working really well, it might break down quickly. So we'll kind of test it and find out if it happens during my test phase, I guess. The second thing I tested was running it on an Android cell phone. It was on the Moto G5G 2022 model. I mentioned the model because we all know that cell phones are all different and they don't all work the same. So I wanted to point out that the testing was done on that and it seemed to run just fine. It was very quick, very responsive, didn't have delay. So I've been so far pleased with the controllers. I still plan on testing it on a PC, both with the 2.4 gigahertz wireless dongle and also Bluetooth if I get the chance, because my desktop with Bluetooth has Bluetooth problems off and on, and I don't know if I'll be able to rectify them before I'm done with the video. But I will also try to get some iOS testing, but I don't have very many iOS devices, and I don't know if I'll be able to get to it before this video is done, so I apologize in advance for that. But that's the update I got. Now we wait for further testing. Okay, I know it's been a while since I had recorded the other section of this video. Even though it's been over a month, I decided to take that time to give better extensive testing of the controllers. Right now I'm going to show using both controllers using the wireless 2.4 dongle, so no cables connected. My son is playing with the other controller and we're going to see how well it's playing. So I am currently player 2. Yes, you can change the color of the joypad just by pushing in both of the joysticks. I've picked my character, he's going to pick his, and we're going to play 1 versus 1 so that you can see both controllers are indeed playing together and fine. We'll do free for all and just fight. Oh, I just killed myself, so he just won that battle. I wasn't even looking at the screen. He's usually a lot better than this, but I've caught him off guard today. Oh, and there I killed myself again. Now I did test this using the USB cable, and USB cable actually had the least amount of trouble connecting and working. Using the USB Wi-Fi dongles actually works quite well compared to some of the other controllers I've had in the past where the USB dongles had actually interfered with each other. These have not had any issues whatsoever. I've also utilized an Xbox controller, a wireless controller, in conjunction with these, and though there are times that they will designate a specific controller as the primary controller and doesn't really give you a choice a lot of times in games on which controller to choose, it still works out pretty well. So I'm actually very impressed with how well they are working together. The sensitivity of the controllers and everything is nice. I gotta say that I would definitely recommend this controller both for its usability and its price. I expected it to be a lot less durable, or the battery time to be a lot less than what it is, but yeah, I think overall it's a good buy. So I'll pause the video and be back just a second. Alright, so that gave you an idea of how well the controller works. Like I said, it's very responsive. I'm actually impressed on how well it works for the price of them, because I've paid probably this much money for a single controller that didn't work near as good, and these seem more generic when you first look at them. But I actually might pick up 2 more so I can have up to 4 controllers on a single computer. I know that's not the typical use a lot of people do. A lot of people just want one controller for their PC, but since I have 2 younger kids in my household, this kind of makes the PC into a game console, because the controllers work quite well. They're the same across the board, and then you can also designate a color for which one's player 1, 2, 3, and 4 if you really want to. So yeah, if you got any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments section down below, and hit the like button, subscribe, and tell your friends. But I would be more than happy to hear if anybody else has these controllers and have had a bad experience, or if you've got any tips for it, because I'm not a huge gamer these days, but I would be more than happy to find some ins and outs. So until next time, have a good one.